Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted in like a year, but we're not gonna talk about that. But the whole reason why is because I ain't had a computer to edit on, and I didn't like editing on my phone, even though I could do it. I was just lazy. Anyway, today's video about my whole experience working at KFC Taco Bell. I didn't even want this job. I just had to get it because Walmart was being bogus and they tried firing me, but that's a whole different story. This KFC Taco Bell was actually like 45 minutes away from me, and there was a KFC Taco Bell like 10 minutes away from me. I wasn't trying to work in a fast food joint like that, and the only reason why I considered working at this KFC Taco Bell was because I knew everybody who worked there. So this girl drive-thru, because she worked drive-thru all the time, that's why her nickname drive-thru. Her mom was like a shift manager, Petunia. Her name? What? Petunia is drive-thru's mom. Okay, I'm using fake names because I'm not trying to have nobody come at me. Petunia, what am I even trying to say? Drive-thru gave me a paper application because I was like, yo, Walmart tried firing me, what should I do? She was like, here's a paper application, give it to my mom. And so I was like, all right, fine. I filled out the paper application and they're like, all right, you got the job. And she said, okay, you're gonna have a interview with Frog. You're gonna have an interview with Frog tomorrow. Can you be here at 10 o'clock? And I was like, fine, I'll be here at 10 o'clock. So I showed up at like 10. I showed up at 10, but doors don't open until 10:30. So I basically just had to sit out there, and I was kind of like, really? Y'all couldn't have told me just to come in when you open? You told me 10 o'clock? Like, whatever, Petunia, it's fine, I forgive you. So I had my interview with Frog, and she was basically just putting up posters the whole time, and she gave me paperwork, like W-2 forms and stuff to fill out, and then she was basically like, come back tomorrow to watch some videos or something like that. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go tell Glenn Coco, who was...
Glenn Coco?
I had to go tell Glenn Coco that I wanted to do my videos on Sunday. So I did videos on Sunday through Monday. But while I did videos, everybody came up to me and tried talking to me. And I'm like, this is gonna ask me questions and I need to pay attention. I knew right from the bat I was gonna have some issues with, what is her name? So basically, when I was doing my videos, Rose came up into the office on the phone, all types of, she was always all over the place. She always had something wrong. She always had it. She came up in there and she was like, I don't know, she was looking for something. And she got into the copier and my arm was sitting up right next to the copier, and she opened the drawer and it buzzed right into my arm and it hit my funny bone. And I was kind of like, ugh, damn. I looked at her and then she just rolled her eyes and walked away. And I was like, this girl, we gonna have problems. I was like, I don't care if she's a manager. Sunday, Monday, I did my videos, and then Tuesday, I went onto cash register with Stank, because he always has some BO. And his wife who worked there, all right, so I guess Stank and Molly were married, and Molly used to always talk. Molly always had something to say about everybody, but her husband especially, she would always talk about how stinky he was, and it was the truth. So anyway, they had me up there with Stank. They put the cash register on training mode for me, and then they had the second one for him to take actual orders, and they told me to take orders like I was him, but I couldn't figure out the menu. I basically just played around, and they'd be like, can I get some nachos? And I would just put a taco on the screen because, you know what, they was watching me, so I had to act like I was trained. And this was a whole thing with this whole job. I played way too much when I was on the clock. After that, Stank was kind of like, he was lazy. But he basically was like, okay, you want to start taking these orders now? And I was like, I mean, no. Am I gonna really be like, I can't, because I'm supposed to be here doing my job. I'm not supposed to learn how to do it. So I basically just had to start taking orders, and he walked away. He would walk away from me. And so then I would be looking around like, I don't know where this cheesy 5-layer burrito is at, and how to add no beans, and how to add cheese, and how you do that? I don't know. And this was the time Bubba wasn't even there, because I didn't even work during the day, and Bubba was still in high school. So, yeah. Let's get into some of this tea that happened. So my second day, I was working with Linda and Rose, and Linda wasn't a manager yet at this point, but Rose was a manager, and Rose and Linda were besties. Like, you couldn't tell nobody nothing, they were besties. Linda and Rose told me to put on a drive-thru headset while I was up front trying to take orders. Stupidest thing they ever could have me done, because I'm trying to listen to somebody order while somebody in the drive-thru is ordering. And then when I would have a question, they're like, just beep it. And Miss Linda over here would be busy taking orders on drive-thru, so if I would try to talk, I'd just be talking over the drive-thru person. So it was just unnecessary. I really feel like they should have had somebody there training me, but I was not trained on cash register at all. I had to figure it out myself. And I never was a cashier before. Before I had this job, I worked at Walmart in the meat department, and before that, I was a dietary aide. I ain't never done this before. So basically, I was messing up orders, and this was like my first day taking orders by myself. This little girl, she really came up to me all bold. She was like, you're doing great with orders, but you've had like 5 wrong in like the past 2 hours. And I was just looking at her like, okay, and then the second she was like, but 1 is really too much. And I was like, girl, some of these customers don't even order right, and then they come back complaining. Like, they didn't tell me they wanted mac and cheese instead of corn. They just decided to come up in here all mad because they wanted mac and cheese and they got corn. But you know what, it was my fault for not reading the order and asking them every single 55,000 questions, even though when I be ordering something at a fast food restaurant, I know what I want and I know what I say. So if y'all little customers out there, y'all idiots. Well, I can't say that because I be working in customer service still. We gonna go to like day 3. I was taking some orders. I messed up on a few. I remember this order. This blonde chick ordered a Famous Bowl, and instead of getting corn, she wanted like mac and cheese in it, which literally sounds so disgusting in a Famous Bowl. Like, I literally remember thinking like, why are you eating that? Actually, I'm not even gonna get into it. She ordered a Famous Bowl and a drink. She got the meal, she got a cookie. And then she came back saying she didn't want corn, she wanted mac and cheese. And she told that to Miss Rose. And Rose turned around and looked at me with a very big stank face. And I was like, not today. This is my 5th day on the clock. This is not the day we are doing. I'm about to quit. I'm about to walk out today. She was like, she asked to talk to me. She was like, away from the customers. So we went by the slushy machine. And she was like, I really need you to make sure you're getting the orders correct because I cannot sit here and remake orders all day. And I was like, bitch, ugh. Oh my god, it still get me heated. It getting me heated. I gotta stop. So basically, I gave her the biggest attitude. Bo was working on drive-thru, and he was standing right there by the slushy machine. I was like, Rose, I am making sure I got the orders correct, and I dare read her order back. I ain't read her order back. I don't care about making orders correct. I did not. I just got an attitude with her because the way she was treating me. But I knew damn well she was in the right, and she should have been telling me to make sure orders were correct. But I just don't like the way she did it. She had an attitude for no reason. Oh my god. This one guy, he was a cook, and he would always come up and order like a fiery chalupa thing, and I had no idea. Me working cashier, you could tell me to get a chalupa or you could tell me you want a cheesy gordita crunch. I could find it on the cash register thing, but if you asked me to go back there and make it and know what it looks like, I wouldn't. Or like, so when he was ordering this fiery cheesita fire bitch with the Frito sauce, I didn't understand anything, so I basically gave him a Cool Ranch. I gave him one of the like Cool Ranch Doritos, but the fiery one. The Dorito Loco Tacos, but the fiery one. Because he would say fiery, and that's the only thing I knew that had fire in it. So I was like, okay, you want to get 3 of the fiery things. And he would get it, and he'd be like, it's wrong. And I would literally just look at him and be like, I don't give a fuck. You got friends online, why are you even ordering food? You can get it for free by asking somebody. I would tell him to his face that he made me mad. Every day was just something new. I didn't even care about taking customers' orders. I literally cared about going there, stirring up all the drama, and then going home and clocking out. It was the most fun thing ever because everybody lived for drama there. So I fed it to him. I'm kidding, that sounds so toxic. I did not want drama, but drama was so much fun. Like, I didn't care about customers. I want to go up to one of my coworkers and be like, oh my god, Molly was talking shit about you. You better go confront her. And then they'd be like, what? Molly said what? And then they would never confront each other, but then they would go talk shit. And I'd be like, oh my god, Molly, this person was talking shit about you. And I was so two-faced. It literally didn't help that KFC Taco Bell hires 18-year-olds to be managers and just run the store because they get big heads and they think they can just do whatever they want. I only worked at KFC Taco Bell for like 2 months, and I was on the front cash register for a while, and then this one pregnant girl who ended up being a manager after she was pregnant or something like that, she would always tell me that I was doing great and that I learned so fast, and I was looking at her like, I wonder why I learned so fast, because ain't nobody was here to teach me, and I had so much anxiety about talking to people, and they was so mean to me that I basically had to force myself to just learn it, unless I would sit there and cry, because people would just be so mean. So if I wanted people, so I either had to learn the menu or people would just be mean to me. Oh yeah, so I was working on cash register and then whatever. That was fine. It was the easiest. After you got the hang of the menu, it was the easiest job ever. You would just deal with people being mean and throwing stuff at you every once in a while, but it was okay. Then they started scheduling me to be drive-thru, and drive-thru closed. I was sitting there closing, and I wouldn't get home like 4 in the morning because I would close, and this KFC Taco Bell was like 45 minutes from me. So once I started working on drive-thru, that's when I was like, I don't want to be here. I told Frog, like, I don't like working drive-thru. Everybody on drive-thru is mean. I don't know how to do it. I can't count money, take orders, and try to make some food all at the same time. It's too much. I can't look at the screen. I can't keep track. I remember one time, like my first day on drive-thru, I had my drawer over $10, but that's because it was my first day on drive-thru, and it was so stressful because I'm the only one working drive-thru. Like, you know, usually when you go to McDonald's, they have 2 people working drive-thru. One's taking an order and one's handing out the food or whatever. Yeah, no, I had to take the order and hand out the food, and I had to make some food, and then I had to help people at the front. Too much. It was too much. While I was working there was so much disgusting stuff that happened. Like, I mean, I could talk about the in-store, how it was all dirty and stuff, but I'm talking about outside by the trash register. People would smoke some weed by the dumpster, and they would be on the clock, and they'd be like managers, and they'd be selling weed, and they'd be smoking it, and then they'd be coming back, and I'm like, y'all are just like living your best lives like that? Like, I just did not. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. People who did take these jobs seriously though, like Bubba, he worked cook, line, cash register, drive-thru, all that. I was like, nope, you gonna keep me on the front cash register or I'm walking out of here. We're not doing all that. Oh, they did have me on prep, cooking some cookies and making some mashed potatoes, but I feel like they made me stop doing that because I would end up eating while I was making food. And then every single time I would want food or something, I would just be like, hey Bubba, make me my Cool Ranch Dorito taco with extra sour cream.
No lettuce, and romaine lettuce, and put some jalapenos on there.
And I never got caught getting it for free. And at the end of the night, they would be like, throw away all this mac and cheese, or throw away all this. They used to be like that until about 2 weeks after I decided to walk out. They were like, all right, we're gonna put all this mac and cheese back in the container and use it for another time. Or all this mashed potatoes and put it back in the container. I was like, and now I'm eating like 3-day-old mashed potatoes. Oh girl, no. Oh yeah, one time I went up to Rose and I was like, I need some cinnamon twist. And I didn't know where cinnamon twist was. I never really cared about learning. I stayed up front and that's where I wanted to be. If I wasn't up front, I was talking. I wasn't doing anything else. If I wasn't taking an order, I was out. So I was like, I need some cinnamon twist. And then Rose turned around and said, you need to learn how to do stuff because we can't all do it for you. I get it, but you could be like, okay, the cinnamon twists are in that cabinet. I didn't know where they were, so I had to go around, and I went to Bubba because I went up to Bubba and I was like, where are the cinnamon twists? And he pointed me to where they are at, and I opened up the door, and they had the fryer timer up right next to the door, so when I opened it, I knocked it in the fryer. I heard that was the reason why nobody was getting a raise that year, was because they had paid for a new timer. It don't make no sense because there was people there getting 25-cent raises, 50-cent raises, and then I never asked for a raise because I knew I was gonna walk out one day. But Bubba over here asked for a raise and they only gave him 12 cents. This was my last day working there. Stank was on drive-thru with me. I was on drive-thru, and this new girl who had some like box braids, like had purple in them, and I was living, and they went really far down, and she was like, I can't put them up, and I was like, girl, you shouldn't have to put them up, they're braids, you're not gonna get hair, whatever. She was working drive-thru. I was supposed to be like helping train her, but Mr. Stank was also on drive-thru, So we had 3 people on drive-thru. So I was basically just sitting around all day, not doing anything except for just like helping out Miss Cute. And then Mr. Stank was over here taking orders and making drinks. And I was basically just helping her take some orders and showing her exactly what everything happened. And then by the time I went on my lunch break, she seemed like she had it down. I left, I was like, girl, you got this? And she was like, girl, I got this. So then me and Bubba went on our lunch break at the same time. I went down the road to Dairy Queen. We sat there, and then I was like, I don't want to go back. And Bubba was like, don't go back. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm not gonna go back. They tried calling me. Bubba tried calling me, and that was our plan. Our plan was to act like he had no idea what was going on, even though he did know what was going on. But our plan was to act like he didn't know what was going on, so that way it just wouldn't be awkward when he went back. So when he went back and I didn't go back, even though we left together, it was kind of like, what? And then I guess I went back a couple days later and I found out that one of the shift managers went out looking for me because I guess they thought we was friends like that or something, and that I wouldn't not come back to work. But really, y'all ain't know who I am. And I guess she went out looking for me and she ended up getting a ticket. And yeah, basically I'm unhireable at any KFC Taco Bell, but that's okay because all y'all customers that go to KFC Taco Bell are rude. Alright, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I'm definitely gonna be posting more since I got a new computer, you know. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm probably gonna make more story times about everywhere else I worked and how bogus they were. And I'm probably gonna be posting like every Friday because I got other videos lined up. So stay tuned.